Out our GR86 clutch paddle spring. What's the issue? People put a lighter one. And the reason to put the lighter one is the actual clutch spring helps keep the paddle up. And as you press it down, it goes over this fulcrum, and then the spring actually helps the paddle go down. But as you bring the clutch back up to the biting point, just at the same point, it's going over this fulcrum, and it can actually jerk the clutch paddle up, and you get a jerk in the car. So we'll go through a video of how you change that. You know what the issue is. Clutch paddle assistance spring, very strong, which means the clutch comes up, and then the assistance of the spring makes the clutch jump back up, which can cause a bit of problem. So you can put in a lighter spring from these kits, and makes the clutch feel a bit heavier, push down, but use that with German cars, but this jerk on the way up is reduced. You have to take the paddle box out, which involves, let me see what the light's like, involves there's two 12mm screws there, or nuts, sorry, and there's a 10mm or 12mm gain up holding the paddle. There's an R clip, and you pull it out in a pin, and you disconnect the electrical, and then you get the paddle out. So if we do that, but on the American left-hand drive cars or whatever, obviously maybe the master cylinder's here, but the clutch paddle's way over there, so there's a wee linkage goes across and the springs to the side, so the clutch paddle's a slightly different arrangement. Blue connector there, another connector, and if I take the glasses off, maybe see better. Yep, there's starting in front of me there. There's a black bolt there just. I've got the pin out, there's an R clip up there, you pull it out, these plastic spud in the end of it, you press my pliers and you push the pin out, push the paddle up and down helps. Actually there's a good example there. I'm now actually not pushing the clutch, but there's what that spring does, look, it helps get the clutch down. Right, look at the force it's getting the clutch down with, but when it's coming back up, it's not just as linear. So you put a weaker clutch spring. Gotta get that connector off. Alright, let me get this connector off. Let me see where your clutch pushes, your pin goes through your R pin, that's working your clutch master cylinder. To get that one off, there's a wee blue tab there. You gotta press it really hard, so you press the front part of it. So now you're going to see what's going on. There is the spring. Right, the trick with this part will be to push the clutch paddle in. Let's see why in a second, because then you can get at that. And also the spring is more outy. So you can get a screwdriver and get them out. Basically you don't want to lose it. So once you get to a certain point it will want to spring off, but there we are. And this will come out. I need a bit of persuasion. It'll probably go boing in a minute. Yeah. So let's see, get my arm out of the road. This will just come out. It just seems to be like a little piston, slides up and down. And there I can change the spring now. So take that away. And obviously just slides in and out. So I'll use some of the original grease, keep it greased up. And then fitting will be the opposite. So let me get this one. I'll put some of the grease from that excess grease on to the pin. That's a good snap on. Now I might need to compress this a bit to get it in. Has my pedal moved? Yes. So, yep. Well, that was a lot later. I was able to compress that alright. Need to Move this about a bit, compress it a bit, or the opposite, move the pedal. It's compressed a little bit. There we are. And that's our clip, we'll go back on. Once the pedal out, this part's pretty easy. So there we are. And let me see if I can move it. Oh yes, before that was vicious. So there's it compressed, there's it. Oh, that's definitely going to be a better job. So let's get it back in the car. Actually goes down onto the paddle. Yes, now we're more like it. Bolts are through, but the master cylinder's lying off. So they'll go back on. Probably not a lot of light at the moment for the camera. But it's really hard to do when holding the camera. So I'm going to switch this off and just do that. Alright, now they're all back in. You don't need to worry about the carpet there, the way it looks trapped, there's spacers. But hopefully you can already see our clips back in. And there's that wee plastic bit. In the end, you just push it through. So that's the pin that goes from the paddle actually to the master cylinder itself. And let's see if I can hold all this and spin it. So that's the arc clip through and pin through. So that's the clutch, basically master cylinder reconnected. And there's it all working again. There you can see the spring up there. Right, I mean, I can push it down with my hand, so it might be a bit firmer, but nothing mad, nothing like a German car. Right, so connectors to connect back in. Nice click in. So that's that, that's that. That's the job done. Right, try it now. Don't know what the light will be like for the camera, but I'll try that clutch pedal now. No, don't try it, it might be a bit dark in the cabin. Clutch feels a wee bit heavier paddle wise.